G'day guys, welcome to another edition of Aussie Boxing Talk. Of course, I'm your old mate Big J. Welcome to the show. It literally punches you right between the fucking eyes. So, some good news for Australian boxing, in particular the females today. The women in Australian boxing are absolutely fucking killing it and making the boys look bad. So, WBO and IBF middleweight champion Desley Robinson. I think she has a record of 11-3-0. I could be wrong. Anyway, Desley Robinson has easily defended her IBF and WBO middleweight world titles against Logan Holler with a 2-round TKO stoppage, right, in Texas earlier today. It's like the 19th of October, 2025 over here in Australia. So Sunday night, and she absolutely beat the absolute piss out of her opponent, Logan Holler, I think her name was. In 2 rounds, made it look easy. I mean, let's be honest, the middleweight division is pretty weak for women. I mean, for women's boxing, the biggest fights and the best talent is between 130 and 147. Like, you've got all the best female boxers, probably with the exception of Dina Thorslin at bantamweight, who's currently pregnant, and Ali Scottney at 122. The best females in the world are 130 to 147. You've got Terry Harper, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Mila, oh God, what's the girl's name? Cecilia Brackensack, she's actually 154. Michaela Mayer. All those girls are between, even though Amanda's the undisputed, not undisputed, but multiple, she's got all but the WC, all the belts except WBC at 126, but she's fought Katie Taylor 3 times. Who's the other girl? Chantel Cameron. I mean, the best fighters in women's division boxing is between 130 and 147. Did I miss anyone? No. But of course, you've also got Clarissa Shields. She's the heavyweight champion at the moment. But for Desley Robinson, who's a 37-year-old Queensland mother of 2 or 3 kids, and she's only had 15 fights, to be the unified middleweight champion is pretty good. I mean, let's face it, if Clarissa Shields was still at middleweight, Desley Robinson wouldn't have any belts. Clarissa would beat the absolute piss out of her. But she earned her IBF belt versus Kay Scott last December on a no-limit card. She had the fight with Chloe Chaos. I think it was on a Sam LeBruna card. I think it was April of this year, and now she's defended her titles again in a 2-round destruction of Logan Holler, I think her name is. So, I mean, the girls are killing it because at the moment we have 4 world champions with the girls, and there's only 1 with the boys. So we've got what? Shanika Johnson's undisputed bantamweight champion. Yes, I know she's a Kiwi, but she's been living here for a lot of years. Obviously, Desley Robinson with the middleweight title. Shay Keneally with the WBA 175-pound title. And I thought there was another Australian. Oh, there's Skye Nicholson with 126, but she actually lost that title. So, we've got 3 world champions in the women's, only 1 in males. And, Desley Robinson joins a very elite group today because, according to my research, and I could be wrong, she's like one of maybe 5 boxers in Australian boxing history to actually win and or defend a title in the States. Because I'm pretty sure the only boxer to defend a world title in the United States was Lionel Rose. I think maybe Skye Nicholson did when she was WBC champ. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. And Jeff Hitman Harding. I mean, fighters that won in US world titles from Australia, like Jeff the Man Harding won his in 1989. George Kambosos won his in 2021. George won again 2023 when he won the IBO belt. Suppose if you're going to count the IBO, Danny Green would have to be in there when he won his IBO belt in 2009. Who else? Skye Nicholson won her WBC featherweight in the States. I think it was in Vegas, breaking that curse. I think that's about it. But she joins in a very elite, very small group of fighters who have actually won and or defended successfully their belts in the US, because Australians have a notoriously piss poor record when it comes to the United States. We can't win we couldn't win a rigged chook raffle half the time. I mean, Tim Tszyu just recently got the shit kicked out of him 3 times in the States. Who else has lost in the States? Fennec got screwed. The Maloneys both lost in the States. Pretty sure Robbie Peden lost in the States. Daniel Gill certainly lost in the States. Sam Solomon lost his IBF middleweight title to Jermaine Taylor in the States. I'm just trying to think. Jeff Horn obviously lost to Crawford in the States. I'm just trying to think what other world champions lost in the States. You could count Liam Paro because Puerto Rico is part of the United States. So you could count Puerto Rico, sort of. So, but he won and lost, and I'll leave Paro out. There's a multitude of fighters that have lost in the United States. We have a notoriously bad record in the States. So, but Desley Robinson joins a very elite group. Congratulations to her, and what a fantastic victory. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. The whole video is only like 6 minutes long. So get in there and watch her, dismantle this opponent, and it's actually pretty good. So, and another very surprising news, I have learned that Skye Nicholson, former WBC featherweight champion, I think 14-1 is her record, will be fighting former WBC bantamweight champion, a Mexican girl whose name I can't pronounce. I think it's Lavella Luna Avel. I think that's her name. With a very impressive record of 28-4-1. These two ladies, so Skye will be fighting, I'm just going to call her Luna, in December, I think December 6th on a Jake Paul card for the WBC interim super bantamweight title. Now, I don't have a problem with this. I think this is very good. I don't have a problem with this because Skye is a former featherweight champion. Luna's a former bantamweight champion. She held the belt for about 2 years. Only lost the belt to Dina Thorslund. That was a couple of years ago. So I'm actually pretty excited because this is very, very legit. This is without doubt Skye Nicholson's most legit opponent. Right? Even better than Tiara Brown, because Tiara Brown was pretty much the only threat to Skye at featherweight. Luna is going to be a massive challenge for Skye at super bantamweight. Even though, the only thing is that Skye will have a massive height, reach, and probably weight advantage, because I think Skye's about 5'8". This Luna Mexican girl's 5' nothing. So Skye is going to have a reach, height, and weight advantage, because obviously this Luna is a blown up bantamweight. But it's interesting to see that Skye Nicholson is actually taking on legit opponents and not just completing on a tomato can. So this is actually very positive. I'm actually very pleased to see that she's actually fighting someone that is legit. It's the most legit opponent to date. And I'm interested to see how she goes. Do I think she's going to win? No, personally, I think Luna will kick the living shit out of her. Because she's been in there with, she's vastly more experienced than Skye. She's not old. She's only 31. I think Skye's 29, pushing 30. So there's not going to be much of an age difference. She's had twice as many fights as Skye. far more experienced. So if Skye can get past this is going to be, okay, well, this is interesting. If she can get this, then maybe she'll get a shot at the actual WBC champion, who I don't know who it is because I haven't looked it up. Or Ellie Scottney. I'm pretty sure Ellie Scottney has the IBO, WBO, and IBF belts at super bantamweight. Yes, I'm pretty sure she does because she beat Shanika for her strap. Was it last year, I think? She beat Shanika for her IBF strap. And then I think she had a unification with someone else. But yeah, and then she had another unification with the IBF, Miyamoto, I think her name was, the New Zealand girl that No Limit had. So that's going to be an interesting fight. And I'm really quite pleased that Skye is actually taking on a legit opponent. It's actually nice to see, instead of her fighting just some tomato can from the YMCA from the Dominican Republic. So I'm actually pretty impressed that this is actually happening. I'm actually I give credit where credit's due. You can't just go pissing on someone all the time because they're fighting shit competition. And when they finally do fight someone of legitimacy, you've got to give them credit. It's like Skye Nicholson's in the same position Jai Optara is now. It would be no different if Jai moved down to 175, which I don't think he'd ever get down to. But if Jai went down to light heavyweight and fought Arthur Bivol, you'd be like, holy shit, that's a great fight. So, Skye, besides Amanda Serrano, featherweight is extremely weak. So it's nice to see that Skye's actually taking on a legit opponent for a half legit belt. It's only an interim title, but I think it's going to be a very interesting fight. And I'll actually see what Skye's made of. But then again, if she wins, at the end of the day, it's just another blown up bantamweight that Skye's going to tower over, because she's going to have, 8 inches of height, probably 6 or 7 inches of reach advantage, and probably 4 or 5 kilos weight. So, but having said that, it's definitely her most legit opponent at the moment. So, back to the original point. Boys, you guys need to pull your fingers out. George, Liam, Tim, Liam Wilson, Sam Goodman, all you blokes have all lost your world title fights, and the girls are just going from strength to strength. So, we've got a unified middleweight champion, a undisputed bantamweight champion, and a light heavyweight champion. All we've got in the boys is cruiserweight, and cruiserweight, as we know, is the weakest division in men's boxing. So the only champion we've got is the best of a bad bunch. So, yeah, boys, you need to pull your fingers out a little bit. So, you guys get the opportunities, but you don't seem to win. So, gentlemen, you need to pick your games up, because the girls are killing it. So, anyway, that's it from me. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Let's get up to 150 subscribers. I'm only at 112 at the moment. I'd like to see 150. I'd like to see 1,000 to actually make some money out of this stuff. I'm not doing this for me fucking health, I can assure you of that. So, like, share, and subscribe. As always, tackle a bull, wrestle a croc, and yourselves a fuck up, and we'll see you another day.